Good morning, my beautiful stars, and welcome. The Unknown Prophet is here. Hello, everybody. My name is Joshua Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time every day except the weekends. Welcome back. It's Monday, guys. Time to get the week started straight. Hello, Valerie. Welcome on in. Welcome back. And nice to see you there. Welcome on in. I use my homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, to divine the best possible path for you. Tongue twisted day already. So anyway, guys, welcome on in. We're here to do the best job that we can. These are ethereal fire readings. That means I'm going to burn your world down. If I have to, I will tell you exactly what you need to hear today, put you on a path that's more positive, and lead you to the day you can say, today is my most fantastic day ever. That's right, the best day ever is always happening with me, but let's have the most fantastic day ever by starting it off right. If you want a reading, just jump in the queue by pressing the exclamation point join. If you're watching on any other places right now, go to twitch.tv, the Unknown Prophet one. You'll see my little thing up here and the little over there somewhere. Okay, over here somewhere. No, way over there. And then I can get you guys reading there. So just go to that website. You hop in just like Valerie did, and then you can get yourself a reading that you need to hear today. Now, Valerie, in case you haven't been here for a while, it's time for you. And thank you, Sen, for the subscription of the Tier 1 subscription. Thank you, Sen. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. I love you and appreciate you so much for that. Thank you again. And Valerie, we're here to give you the best possible reading. So we have you choose some numbers here. My name is Joshua Blessy, and I am here to give you the best reading I can for today. These got to get folded up and crap later. What? Hey. Anyway, hey, Demi, how you doing today? So, Valerie, why don't you start the day off right by choosing your numbers. Your shuffle amount is 1 through 10. Your other number is 1 through 52. Please, if you have a question, put it in the chat as simply as possible. But if you don't have a question of the day, just say, I want a general reading, and we'll give you exactly what you need to hear today. So whenever you're ready, Valerie, come on in, let me know your numbers, and we'll get started. And welcome on, Demi, and welcome in, Sen. I'm glad to see you guys here, and welcome again. Hey, that's okay. Stream and watch all you want there, Sen. I don't care. Awesome. Thank you for letting me be a part of your stream just a tiny bit as well. So you're streaming and doing your own thing. I'll have to come check you out maybe if I have time. Haha. Anyway, I always try to bring up my friends and stuff. So Valerie, I'm just waiting for your numbers. Whenever. All right, there we go. So that we go. Here we go. Valerie is your first time chatter. Not first time. Returning chatter. And I got my coffee. I needed a swig before we started here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, too many. And 9, because that one was a shuffle. Okay, and we got the 19th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the 19th. General love. No God cards for you. Straight up answer. Let's see what they got to tell you today there, my lady. So, Valerie, here we go. Here's what you need to know about love in general. Love as in romantic love. Love is what we need to hear today so we can get to that love we've been seeking, right? So, Valerie. It's been a long time coming, Valerie, and it's no stranger to this that sometimes it feels like people don't want to kind of come near you, or people are trying to, kind of being a little bit standoffish right now. As far as the love goes, thinking that maybe you came out of a bad relationship not too long ago and the daggers are kind of out because we don't want to get ourselves hurt. And we're trying to melt those daggers down and try to make them so they're a little bit more softer for the next person to come in now. So we're starting to take away our defense mechanisms and we're starting to go, oh, I need to start to trust people again. Melty, melty, melty. I need to start trusting myself. Melty, melty, melty. I need to try to combine both worlds at the same time. What I want in an attribute of a person, that means 10 things that I think that they want to have inside. Not a body type, not a religion, not everything. Hey, Miss Magician, welcome on in. There's my baby. How's it going, student? And you're melting down those defensive, yeah, but as you are beginning to melt down, don't forget you're soaking that water right back up with all of that which you need in your life right now. Welcome back in, Squirty. And the thing that you're doing right now there, Valerie, is I gotta turn something off here real quick because it's getting in the way of me doing readings. Okay, sorry about that. You heard music in the background, but you know that that's something you're currently working on and going through. Your defenses are trying to make sure that you are safe enough to make sure that you don't get hurt again, but you still are trying to really melt down and bring up new things. Now we are starting to make some new different choices. Good morning, Rosalind. And good morning, everybody. New different choices, right, Valerie? So what we're doing now is we've seen what we don't want in a relationship. We've seen what we don't want in our lives. We've seen what we don't want in all of this other things. But now we have to donate back to ourselves and give us what we actually need. And that's the thing that we're working on now, is what we actually need. Is someone we want to share that journey with. And that means going and trying new different things and trying to see if this is the right change you need to spend in your life, because you're giving part of yourself away and you're taking back some of their change as well. We're combining them together, and love right now, I feel, is right on its way, because you're picking up the right kinds of things that you needed, because you're filling up those last little bits of holes that you had left in there. But you're also saying to yourself, I'm not going to put myself in the same damn situation I've been putting myself in time and time and time again. It's time for me to now open up those doors and walk through and walk out of maybe my comfort zone for the first time. And it's been a comfortable, safe, warm spot for you for a while, right, Valerie? And we are trying to get out of our shell and trying to get out of ourselves a little bit and opening up that door and walking out of it and going, that ugly old cage I've been putting myself in all of this time, yuck. I don't want to go back in there. Not you, honey. Yeah, and I'm going to be locking that door, throwing the key into the center, and I'm going to be enjoying my freedom of choice right now. So I know it kind of maybe a little bit of not so much bad advice, but maybe it's time to play the field a little bit and taste every flavor of the rainbow, if you get what I mean. Because that's what freedom of choice means. Freedom to choose what you actually want this time and get what you actually need. Because you don't need someone to help fix you. You're perfectly fine fixing yourself. Yeah, you got a couple things to work on. Don't we all? Okay? But you've been trying to get past this little bit of sadness from the last relationship. You're just going through a mourning period, hon. That's all it is. You're just mourning the loss of the last relationship. You're going through one more step. Depression is almost the last step to acceptance. Because once you get over being depressed about it and say, you know what, he wasn't such a bad person, or they weren't such a bad person, but they definitely weren't right for me in my life. So I had to move on. I have to find that sunshine in the clouds to spread out through the rest of my life. And that's why you're going through everything that you're going through right now, is because you want to be that sunshine beaming through those clouds, breaking apart that sad world, and you want to bring that love and joy back into it. And I believe that you are on your way towards that love. And I think you've done enough of the self-love for now. I think you do want to find that soulmate, that other thing. So here's what I want you to do today. On a piece of paper, write 10 attributes of the kind of person you want to marry. Are they funny? Do they communicate well? Do they blah, 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 whatever your specific type is. Then you fall in love with the soul first, and then you go match a body that you're attracted to. Both of those things got to come together, and then maybe you try it out for a while before you decide, oh, I want this forever, you know? So, and I know that dating is hard, and I know it's been hard for you, Valerie, but you can do it. You're a strong, independent woman who can do this, who is ready to do it. And that's exactly right. You found it. It's difficult. Courage is going through that which we are afraid to go through. That's the true meaning of courage. That's the true meaning of facing your fear. It's difficult to go through, but you still go through it because you want to get to that point of acceptance where this defense mechanism isn't in place as much anymore. You've picked up the right kind of things that you need to fill the last remaining holes you have within yourself so that you can start to spend your money on someone who actually wants to be a part of your life. And then we have to embrace our freedom of choice again and remind ourselves that we're the ones who beamed through that cage door and we walked out of that cage. So now we got to start finding the sunshine in our lives again. So basically that's what's going on there. And as far as soulmate coming for you, I think that you're about 3 months away from finding someone who's going to be a little bit matching what you think of. I would definitely suggest writing those 10 attributes down and just thinking about them for a couple of days, just kind of thinking about them, praying on them, and really kind of asking yourself, what do I actually want to share my life with? What kind of a person do I want to share my life with? Yes, include all of your things like your faith and everything that you love to do and stuff like that, of course. But you gotta match the soul first before you match your body. And that's the best advice I can give you. And like I said, I see a dark skinned gentleman who's wears a lot of vest. Sounds like a red vest. He wears a red vest buttoned down sometimes. I don't know if he's a valet or something somewhere, but he's kind of like, he's very well put together. I want to say like a caramel colored, not quite African American. He's more tan than anything, maybe Puerto Rican-ish kind of a deal. And he's got these curly locks in his hair, kind of like this curl in his hair, but it's short curls in his hair. And he's wearing he's wearing a piece of jewelry that he always wears that's very sacred to him. It's not like a cross or anything. It's something different. But I would look out for like a special kind of a necklace that he wears that symbolizes something you would actually be drawn to. So that's what I'm seeing for you, and I'm hoping that could be someone who may be a connection for you. It may just be, someone that you have to get to know a little bit, but take a look out for that. If there's anyone in your life that matches that description, maybe you need to give them another look over. That's what I got for you today, Valerie. I hope that helped you today. Here comes Demi, my favorite son. Hey, Demi, my Twitch son. How are we doing today? And Sunny, my Twitch sister. And hi, TC. I hope you're doing good. So, all right. So we've got to clear these cards off for Demi. Or as I like to call him, D. Hey, D. So, and I'm feeling it too, Kristen. I am. It's been weird because I was so overcharged after Friday. I had so much to go out and do that day, and I still was like, I need a pick me up, and I was just like, they just kind of came and gave me this extra energy, and then I slept like a baby, and then it was like, oh, I feel so much better in the morning. So it's been something. D, you know how it goes. So throw me your numbers and your question of the day, and I will answer you like I've always answered you, with perfect love and perfect trust. And what would you like to know today while I'm finishing your cleansing shuffle? And I'm going to grab some more coffee here, fill me up, get some warm coffee here for a while. Just a general reading there, Demi, or do you want something else? Okay, let's find out what the cards have to say about that, D. 1, 2, 3. No God cards, and you want the third card. 1, 2, and then this is the answer to your question. Why doesn't they call you and talk to you, right? We want to find out this answer. We're going to try to find that out together, dude. And, D, it's like one of these things where, why this person doesn't want to reach out to you first and stuff like that, why this person doesn't want to talk to you and get out to you, they're just kind of getting, like I said, they're getting the big picture. They are looking at your picture and they're deciding whether or not they like your artwork or not. So what I've worked on the inside, what I've worked on the outside, all of it's got to come together, and I'm just learning to appreciate who you are as a person, that picture of who you are. It feels like if this is going to go somewhere, it's going to be a long, hard fought fight because there's going to be a lot of obstacles that get in the way. So there are a lot of obstacles getting in the way of that communication, aka she has a job, she has a life, she maybe have other things that she's a part of, church groups, other activities, might just need some time to rest, you don't know. But you know what I'm saying? It's about the reason she's not contacting you so much is she's just getting to know you. She still feels like there's some obstacles in the way, and that she feels like maybe you have a little bit left to learn in how to be in a good, positive relationship. That you have a little bit to learn when it comes to relationships, and she wants to help you, but at the same time, she's trying to be safe. And it's just like, it's the world we live in right now, guys, is that sometimes we just gotta take the lesson, learn from that lesson, and keep moving forward. Like every time we get to talk to this person, it's just another lesson on how to better communicate with them, how to better ask for questions without being too over everything, and trusting that ancient knowledge. She's trusting herself to trust her intuition, that she's just like everybody else out there. She's trying to follow her own life path. She's trying to follow her own life dreams, and she's following those instincts that are telling her that maybe this is something that has to take a little bit longer than you might be willing to go. So she's listening to that ancient knowledge that she possesses inside, and she's just trying to figure that all out. That's why she thinks it's like that. She's using all of the knowledge that she has been up to this point. So you don't know what she's been through up to this point. She's using that as a template to say, I know what I don't want. I think she does, because like I said, getting to know the big picture, okay? That's getting to know you. You don't do that unless you appreciate that, okay? There are obstacles in the way, but we're still finding ways to communicate and talk with one another. It may be a little bit not on always our terms, but at least we're just still trying. And maybe there is a little bit of a lesson that you still have yet to learn in relationships that has to do with this whole situation. But mostly it's about her trusting her intuitions. And I think you kind of know that she's a good-hearted person who's trying to see if this could be something, but she's not invested in it yet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like you're just getting to know a friend right now, and that's all she thinks of you as a friend that she's just getting to know. So when maybe she thinks you're going a little fast for her, and that's what her personal beliefs are, not yours. So she just remind herself, she's getting that big picture. She's looking at the whole picture here, the inside and the outside. Yeah, exactly. You have. That's why I'm saying that. And now is the time to climb over the obstacles of waiting and be patient and waiting and communicating. Maybe, like I said, once a week to check in, see how they're doing, catch up a little bit, then let her go live her life. Go live your life. We're learning how to better communicate and learning how to live in a more positive, more reaffirming kind of relationship, and to let them know that, hey, I don't expect anything out of you. I'm still learning here a little bit. And then just reminding yourself she trusts her intuition and she trusts what she's been through to tell her whether or not this is the right match for her. She's still got to make a choice here whether you're right for her or not. And she hasn't even got to know you well enough to make that decision yet. So that's kind of what I'm saying, And I think you're doing fine. You and I have talked on a daily basis sometimes, and I just think what you said the last time was the ultimate best way to put it. It's time to just be patient, take it slow, go day by day. I'm just going to keep continuing to move forward and not worry about the whens and if she does contact me. That's what you were saying to me the last time. So I just think that's a great idea, because just in like all relationships, we've got to learn some of our social cues, and maybe sometimes we don't understand everything. So it takes us a time to kind of break down those barriers and try to hit, instead of hitting that wall that you're used to hitting, now you're starting to get to see behind the curtain a little bit. Well, once we see behind the curtain a little bit, we've got to decide whether or not we like that. She's just peering a little bit of a now I'm not trying to be naughty here, peeking through the wall to see who you are as a person kind of video. So, you know, just like I said, it's just going to take time. This one is going to be a slow burn, as we like to say. It's going to take a while for it to become anything like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, and even maybe longer for anything extra than that. But I wouldn't put expectations out there right now, because you could scare her off. My advice only. So just keep taking it one day at a time. I love you, my son. I'm always here for you. So you're doing good. Keep positive. Keep doing what you're doing. Just keep out of that head of yours. Sunny! It's time for your reading, Sunny. Hey, Sunny, where's my Sunny? I want some Sunny time today. Clearing these cards off for Sunny, as my wife has jumped into the shower and I hear her all the things. Take a drink of water. General, huh? All right, here we go. So, all right, here is your shuffles today. 9 and 3 general reading. 1. Already have a God card for you, Sunny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you have one God card, and then the third card is 1, 2, and you just want a general reading about what's going on with Sen today. Well, there we go. Now that's kind of weird, but it is what it is. It shuffles the way it does. Okay, do you want me to reshuffle there, Senny? Because maybe I didn't get... No, I shuffled right. I shuffled. You saw me shuffle, so maybe this is exactly what you need to hear. Holy heartbreakers. Talk about getting the same cards for a different person in a different order. General reading means a little bit different, so we'll go with that. So, opening the doors of freedom, Senny, and walking through and realizing the choices and changes we have yet to be making. Embracing freedom is different than stepping out of the door and saying, I can't get back in there now. I don't want to get back in there now. But sometimes we try to get back into the cage we've already moved ourselves out of. And I want to ask, is this something that you've been trying to do a little bit here, where you kind of get back into that safe, comfortable spot where you used to? We peeked our head out of the door and we went, oh no, that's a winter storm out there. I don't want to go out there. But you're out of everything. You need to go to the store. Well, that means we have to understand that the freedom of choices that we have right now is to change, right? So, as in a lot of things, we know that I am filling myself up just fine. I'm picking up the right kinds of decisions. I'm experiencing life. I'm experiencing how things are going with my life. I'm embracing the new choices I have. Not all of them I'm ready for quite yet, because I'm picking up some pennies, maybe some nickels, dimes maybe. I'm holding off on the big quarter or dollar bill coins for a while here. I've been through enough for a while, so I kind of need to fill in those little tiny, like 1 or 3, I think it's like 3 little holes that you kind of need to fill inside of yourself. And it's all on the defensive part of it, right, Sen? Because you're you don't want to go back into being ultra defensive again, cutting yourself off from the energy that you want to feel. And it's kind of like what I've been doing recently with my energy too, Sen. So now that I have this new gift that the gods have given me, the gift to be able to walk through what I call the bridge into the ether door. Okay, so I used to be on the bridge where I would just kind of go back and forth between energies, and I would go and read both energies and then give you the kind of energy. But stepping through the door and actually walking in and swimming in that positive light and that positive energy can be overwhelming sometimes. And then the daggers come back out again, and we go, wait, am I really ready for this? Am I sure I'm ready for this? And you got to kind of go, yes, damn it, I am. Melting the ice, getting on to the next thing we have to do. It's not about getting past depression for you, Senny. It's about saying to yourself, this is the time to be the light. This is the time to be the light behind the clouds. It doesn't matter what my world may be, I might be going through sometimes. I have to remind myself that the freedom I have and the choices that I have define my destiny, and I don't have to be so defensive about what may happen. I have to allow sometimes the world to happen to me so I can change, so I can feel free, so I can finally be the person I have always wanted to be. And then we have your God card on top of it, and that was what I was thinking of what was coming for you. Something like this is the catalyst to ignite your path onto something better. So this right here, what we've been going through, is catalyst, or the little rough patch, to ignite your journey into being one of more positively sparking, empowering, beautiful energy that you want. And you're asking yourself, well, what's taking so long, right, Senny? What's taking so long is that you just got done pulling it across the little thingy, and you're just starting to spark right now, and you have to lift up yourself up off of that rough patch and say, I am brighter than this. Where do I put this energy now? So that's kind of what they're asking you to do is, we're giving you all of these gifts here. Maybe you don't realize they're gifts, but they are trying to give you exactly what you want, and they're trying to get you through exactly what you need to get through so this can finally happen. And you want it to happen, but it's the difference between saying it and doing it, right? There's a difference between walking the walk and talking the talk and doing the do. But when it comes down to it, we have to be the one who lifts ourselves up. And I think that's what they're just trying to say. It's time to lift up and be that spark that dances in the ether onto the candle. Miss Magician, my student, my beautiful sister, my wonderful, wonderful friend, how are we doing today? And Sen, just one more thing from your guides here too as well, before you go running away. They don't want you, they're trying to show you something. They keep showing you a certain picture in your head, and it's like a certain memory that keeps replaying in your head or something like that recently. You're trying to remember something about that. And I'll be right with you, TC. That the thing they wanted you to know about that memory was that the way you can unlock it is to, they want you to remember your little cupboard. I don't know if there was like a special box, the special door that you used to have, or there's a special cupboard where you put all of your good stuff in and kept it safe and stuff like that. Something to do with that memory. I don't know what it was, but you're opening a door, you're finding something in the special cupboard kind of a deal, and they say they want you to remind yourself of when you used to do things like that and where you would put things. I don't know what that means, but it's up to you. And I know it was going to be 3 and 11. I've just got to do my cleansing shuffle first, though. Because I didn't do it cleansing shuffle for you, and I got to do a cleansing shuffle. You're next, sweetie. You're next after Miss Magician, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to cleanse these cards off really good, and then we're going to do these readings for TC. Miss Magician. We are ready. 3 and 11. Here are your 3 shuffles and 11th card, and it's time for your general reading. 1. Oh, we have a God card. 2. And 3. And the 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know the one you don't want to see. Huh? Yep. So, my lovely lady, Miss Magician, we have 1 God card for you, and then we got the rest of this. You know that we've been talking about this for a while now. That you've been feeling it anyway. That this dark night of the soul has come or already started. And it's going to be a difficult time, but not in the way you think it will be. This will be the most beneficial, most cleansing, most clearing time of your life. You will finally get off of the shoulders, the pressures, the anxieties, and depressions, and all of the stuff that keeps stopping you from living the positive life you want to live. Walking in the shadow, now walking past the shadow and letting the shadow go to rest so that you can now swim in the light, right? Because this death has to happen. It has to. Otherwise, we can't move forward. The new person we want ourselves to be, the Miss Magician, which we've claimed our name, we've claimed our power, we've claimed our path. Now, we have let the old go. We still are in a mourning period, but renewal is on its way because you're on your way to rebirth. And now, what do we do after that little break there where we take that time off? Well, then now it's time to start to make a plan that makes sense for you. Start to set it up. So, okay, let me get one time where I get some time with me and my teacher. Then I get some time with me and my daughter. I gotta go to work. I gotta do all this stuff that's gotta fit in. Now this is the time to start to see how we can start to fit everything in that will be easier for you to do rather than trying to do everything all at once. Giving yourself a day to break and take a time as well. Yeah, I know it's happening. And you're taking that easy path by making that easy to go plan, And where is this leading you to? Well, your new foundation, of course. Because you're just taking whatever many steps you need to take, and this is the dark night of the soul, but you're trying to do it a little bit more easier this time because you have help, and you have people here who want to help you get through this, right? But once we get to the end of that road, we set down a new foundation. This is the cornerstone for the rest of our lives. This is where our path truly begins as this new person. The move, the new name, the new everything. Everything you've gone through in the last month and a half, 2 months, right? Has all been your guides trying to get you to a life that's better than you were living in. And I know for a fact that you are living a way better life now than you were 2 months ago. For fact. It may not be easy still, but for a fact it is. Because you finally listened and used and utilized that energy that they were giving to you to make sure you put your life back on track the way you were supposed to be putting your life back on track. You did that by the remaining last little thing you had to let go. You made that plan to get to this new path. Now you're ready to set the new foundation. What does that mean? We're still working on that, and we're wondering what I really want in that solid new foundation. What kind of a home am I building for myself here? And I want to make sure that this time I'm building the home that's right for me and the people who are in my everyday life. Anybody who's not there and gives you the crap and the negativity, they're not allowed in your house. They're not allowed in your life. Because God just wants you to know one simple thing. And I think it's true. It's time to celebrate your victory. When I talk about celebrating your victories and your defeats, because, yeah, you know what? We get hard on ourselves for, beating up on ourselves time and time again for everything we don't do or do. And we don't always celebrate the fact that we made a choice. We made a change. We made an opportunity in our lives to finally say, hey, look at what I have. Let me celebrate this and appreciate this, because God only knows I could have gone back to this, okay? So would you want to go back with everything you have now? I bet the answer is hell the fuck no. I'd rather celebrate the life that I have right now, and I'm going to celebrate the changes that I'm putting into my own cauldron for a change. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm adding and getting the pot really red hot. We're dancing around the pot of change, the cauldron of change, but we've got to start to celebrate those 4 different things that we've gotten now. New home, new life, new path, and the last one still to come, maybe new love or renewal of love. But you know that if we don't start to celebrate those things, they're going to go bye-bye. Renewal, yeah. Renewal. A celebration of love, a celebration of each other. It's a renewal of sorts. And I'm just saying, there could be that spark that goes, I know what you mean, but renewal. I think you're right. Here's how I go. Renewal. Oh, I'll use voice to talk. It'll type it out for me. Renewal. Yeah, you got it. See, that's how it's spelled, renewal. Yeah, you got it. See? But your guides also want me to tell you is that as we are going through this dark night and we are going through what we are going through in our personal changes right now, just remind yourself that you get to set those boundaries even in self. That what boundaries do you have when you are living a more mundane life, and every day I've got to go to work, I've got to pay the bills kind of life. But now on top of that, you're also putting on the what do I need to do in a spiritual path. Now we're trying to find a way to combine all of our paths together, and that's why you're going through this right now. It's for a reason. You're in the cauldron of change, but the stew's still got to get stirred and come together in order for you to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And you owe me my once a month visit soon anyway, so we'll talk about some other things when you're ready. But if you got some time somewhere in the future, let me know, because we do need to talk about this new thing we need to work on here soon. So, but like I said, plenty of month left. I know we're still adjusting, so, and like I said, you know that I will always stay within your boundaries and when you're ready. So, All right. But, good to go? And, sweetie, you wanted 3 and 12, right? Give me a second here. I'm going to cleanse these cards off for you, sweetie. And any advice your guides have to give to you for the rest of May 3rd and the 12th. Okay, so you want to know from till the 12th of this month, because it's already the 6th. So you want to know what the next 5 days or whatever it's going to be is next, right, sweetie? Just want to make sure I got the rest of the question here. Any advice for you for that time from the 3rd until the 12th? Got you, right? Okay. That's what I thought. And what were your numbers? 3 and 12, right? Rest of May. Yeah. So here are your 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. And no God cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th card is now on top. And what do your guides want you to know for the rest of May? Okay. Rest of May. All right. So, sweetie, here's what your guides want you. Oh, don't be worried about that. Hey, you know what? I appreciate that because now I know you might have network issues. So right now, just remind yourself that your time stamped at 9:38 my time. So that's about 38 minutes into stream. So if you have to go back and watch the VOD, you can. See? But I usually try to make sure you're here and re-explain things anyway. So we're going to get into it, though, because I understand why you want to understand what's coming for you in the rest of May, okay? So what they are trying to tell you and what advice I have to give you is start the communication time. It's not important for you to learn how to communicate with others, but learn how to communicate with self in a real physical, mental, and spiritual way. We have to find a way to balance the physical, mental, and spiritual in our lives again. We have to start to learn how to communicate and talk best with ourselves first. And that means saying, hey, you know what? I know that it is time to start to listen to my body, and when it's telling me to go rest, when it's telling me I have enough energy, it's time for me to go down to that place in my mind where I whisk away the negative thoughts and I put more positive thoughts in its place. Even though I have to think about those negative things, I'm not reliving the moments. I'm just going that I need to just say it out loud so I can get through it. And then we put that spiritual spin on it, and that's all up to you because maybe that connection isn't as strong as you think it is. And maybe it's time to renew that spirit once again by communicating with your higher power what you want your life to be like in a more realistic kind of a way. Yeah, they know your lofty ideas of dreams sometimes, but it's not about the loftiness of it. It's about that you need to better communicate. If you want these things to happen, then we need to hear you in a physical good way. We need you to do something good for yourself. Mentally start doing something good for yourself, and spiritually start doing something good for yourself. Because we need you to get back into the lazy river again, sweetie. It's time to get back into that ether and let the ether guide you down the river bed and allow that yourself to just glide on the water until it's time to get off at the end of the ride. You're just going to get into that lazy river. You're not going to be worried about how long it takes and how long it's going. Yeah. Yeah, and that means it's just learning how to do that. And that's what they're trying to help teach you a little bit is to how to communicate better, listen to your body when you're going through those moments. Remind yourself that when those moments are happening, to imagine yourself climbing back into a river full of pure love, joy, and happiness, and all you are in is an inner tube, and you're just soaking and swimming a nice, calm river downstream that's going to get you to where you need to go. And then when you reach the end of that, you are all full. All of that anxiety turns into energy and power you use for other good reasons that you really need to do. You know, like exercise or paint or do something that is getting this out of your system. Because we're trying to bring two different worlds together, sweetie. And their last advice is it's time to bring the mundane world and the higher self world together to be more partners with one another. We have to learn how to walk a different path. We can't just walk the everyday, I don't know what I'm doing with my life and what I want to be doing with my life. We have to start to merge, and maybe they never become really close, but we walk in that in between, that gray in between, where both can exist at the same time. Just like a beautiful symphony comes together. One bad note does not make a symphony bad. Okay? Just like you think that one mistake or one thing you've done wrong, or one anxiety attack, or one outburst is going to ruin everything. It's a part of who you are. You may not like that part of yourself, but that's a part of who you are. And that's something I had to learn too. I had to learn to say to myself, I love my anxieties because they help motivate me when I need to get out there and do things like exercise, yard work, stuff like that. When my OCD is acting up, yes, I go and I start organizing everything else on my shelves. I get things done. Yes, my body is broken, and most of the time I can't do a lot of different things for long periods of time. But I still try to find a way to combine my two worlds together, okay? I will go outside and try to find cigarette butts. That means I will go all the way up to the office, which is like a block and a half away, or a 1 block up to get cigarette butts that someone puts on the ground. Now, I'm just saying, taking a situation that you might not necessarily be proud of yourself for doing sometimes, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and really you need to stay positive in that positive light. You're not walking in the dark, you're not walking in the light, you're walking in the gray in between. So you can be positive, yes, but that doesn't mean you have to pretend to be positive. You can be as positive as you can be. You come back to that center where both worlds come together so that you can hear the symphony of both and all of those notes. Well, they don't need that much time. They just want, hey, high class. All they want, that's not what they want at all, okay? They want you to feel and to feed what yourself of what you actually need back into your life again. So the feed card always pops up for one very specific reason. You are trying to go out there and you are taste testing if you like this flavor or not. Sometimes you put it in your mouth and it causes anxiety. Sometimes you put it in your mouth and it doesn't cause anxiety. Learning how to deal with your triggers are, but also feeding yourself that which you need so that that doesn't have to be a trigger anymore. Like, for example, you know how you have that tick with the ear tick thingy? You know, you have that ear tick thingy that you do every once in a while? Yeah, exactly. But you know this little ear ticking thing that keeps going on like this, or trying to make you listen here a little bit, trying to make you understand the emotions of ticking, ticking, ticking. Now, I am trying to go to the universe and say, I know there are some pretty big holes. There's like one or two really big holes left. And they've got to be the most difficult things because there's some things you just can't change. You aren't broken. You aren't wrong. You aren't unfixable. It's all about you learning how to view it in a new, different way and combine all those worlds together as one. That way you feed yourself what you actually need to be filled with so that those triggers don't happen anymore. Yeah, exactly. So now communicate better with that body, mind, and spirit. Remind yourself to get back into the lazy river when you are having those moments, and try to remind yourself that it will carry me to the right place, and then put those two worlds together as one so that I can find the better combination of the world. And the ear thingy is all about the hear us, where you're hearing us correctly, okay? So you're doing things right when you hear the right ear tick thingy happens. That's kind of like you're listening, okay? When you kind of feel like this pokey nosy feeling, that's kind of like a hey, watch it, hey, watch it, pokey nose feeling. I don't know. So that's what I'm feeling, and they don't think you're doing anything wrong or not doing anything right there, sweetie. You're learning. They see you doing the job that you're supposed to be doing. That means learning and going through these things, learning how to do this communication thing better. It's been a hard thing for me to do as well. I had to take 1 whole year to fix my medical shit. I got my medical shit in order. I'm taking the right pills. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I got off of all the opioids and went to cannabis. That's my thingy. But then I also got the emotional relief because I went to therapy for about 2 years to try to help me deal with some issues that I hadn't really dealt with before. And coming to that clearing place where now I can start and begin again as someone who I've always really been, that I've been afraid to show everybody. And just like I'm doing, you do to yourself sometimes, you can't beat up on those mistakes. They were a part of what made you who you are today. They were lessons to teach you how to overcome and get past those things. Yeah. And they're just saying, hey, listen, they're trying to say, okay, listen up here, we're talking to you here. So then feed that need. What is going to actually fill you up inside rather than filling yourself with something that's going to be a temporary fix. And I think you know exactly what they mean here. Oh. That's what I got for you. No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And isn't it about time? Isn't it about time that stuff just goes away? I mean, why do I carry all of this baggage? Hey, if I've got heavy, hard emotions that I need to express, then let's find a way to express those and deal with those emotions in a way that's going to be healthier. I don't know if do you like to paint, if you like to do whatever. I'll be right with you, Nicole. But something like that where I can get my emotions out and see the result of what I have. I want you to go paint something today that paints out all of those emotions on a canvas. I don't care if it's a sheet of paper. I don't care if it's with marker. I don't care whatever else you needed it to be. But it's deciding that those little tiny holes, those 3 little major holes, which is basically having control over my emotions. Okay, what does that mean? Am I listening to my physical body, my mental body, or my spiritual body? Which one do I listen to right now? If my physical body is going over anxiety mode, then my mind's got to do the work of take a deep breath in, like you're taking the world's best deep breath of life in, and then blow it out like you're blowing it out through a small straw. Do this 3 different times here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, deep breath in, slow out, deep breath out. And I've done this. I know you've probably heard this exercise a billion times, but it really will help you a little bit, especially if you can tie it back into your spirituality and tie it back into what you need to do. And I think getting that all out and drawing something will help you with that as well. We're going to wait for the ad to stop here, guys. We have an ad break. So we'll be back in just about 21 seconds here. I'm going to finish clearing these cards off for Nicole. And I already see you have the 3, 4, and you want a general reading for May. So I'm going to clear these cards off really good for you. Boss is here. Boss is here. Okay. Do you need help with anything? No. Okay. Do you need me to tell him to give you 5 minutes or something? I'm
just finishing up.
Okay. Was starting to rev his engine up. I was just making sure you.
He's got it in park.
Oh well.
The idle is always on high when they're.
Yeah. Well, we're just telling you what was going on. Don't forget your badge and license and everything that you need. I know. Do what? All right. So Nicole, let's get to your reading here for today. All right. Let's do that posture check. All right, posture checking. Checking my posture. Love you, sweetheart. It's my wife's birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday, my wife E. She has to go get her boobs squished today, though. So it's her annual boob squish day. And then when she gets home, we'll watch whatever she wants to watch on TV and try to find something good to do. We didn't have a whole lot of money for her birthday today, so buy my wifey lunchy today if you want to help me out with that. Otherwise, we're just gonna have what we have in the fridge, and we've got a couple hot dogs and stuff like that. So we got only one more day before we get paid, 2 more days before I get paid, and then we can have food in the house again. Thank God. I gotta get something to she was. Fuck. I'm gonna get in trouble for not remembering. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to remember? How old she is? Because I want to say she's younger than I think she is. So, I'm doing the old calculation here. 63. She's 63 years old today. Oh, I was like, I didn't want to make her older than she was. 63 old today. So, here we go. Here are your 3 official shuffles. Here is your reading for today, Nicole. So 3 and 4 for you. Just a general reading for you. And whatever that they have to tell you. Thank you very much for the happy wishing of birthdays, guys. Yeah, I know. She's so young. Well, I'm going to be 50 this year, so she's 13 years when I seen her. So 1, 2. Oops, God card. 2 and 3. 1 God card for you, Nicole, and we have the 4th card. 1, 2, 3, and right was the 4th card, right? Yeah, 4 is what it was. 4, and general reading for me. So generally speaking for May, and what you need to know for you. Okay. Uh-huh. All right, Nicole, now let's get to you and what you need to know for you today, okay? So, Nicole, congratulate yourself for what you have done up to this point, because you're more put together than you giving yourself credit for. And you really have to start to celebrate what you've accomplished up to this point. It may not seem like it, but you have overcome a lot, young lady, and you have overcome a lot of different obstacles in your life. You did stand the test of time. You grew up through the many years yourself, and you learned how to adapt to the surroundings of your world. Now, we must take this new self and put it into practice, though. We know what it is in our heads, right? We can see this person, and we have been this person at least in our head for many, many, many times. But now we need to take it out of the existing part of where I'm just thinking about it and it exists only in my mind. Now I have to apply it to my life, right? So what's coming for you in May? It's no longer living in that I'm just going to exist kind of state. I'm not going to just kind of sit here and and reminding yourself that who you want to be and what you want to be. Just remind yourself that all of this is for right here. Welcome in Holistic Heart Spaces. All of this part is you already have what you really needed to be going through. You went through what you needed to go through. The karma train has stopped. You don't owe any more karma or have ever earned any bad karma to begin with. Oh, we make mistakes. We all do. But it's not about that. It's about the big impactful mistakes we make sometimes, right? And now I have to learn how to exist as this new, different person I say I've been inside my whole life, but now sharing that with everybody else is kind of scary. Well, you know what? We have to set down that first stone, though, right? Nicole, we have to set down that foundation. Because just like I was trying to tell my wife earlier today, is that it was all about what she went through to get to 63 years old, yes. But until she decided about a year and a half ago to put her life back on track because she didn't have a choice. The world did it for her. She lost a leg, she lost a foot. She had to rebuild herself. She had to learn how to do that all over again. Now, the universe did it for her, okay? I'm telling you, they're giving you the option to do this for yourself before they get the old. Let's put her through and put her in exactly what she needs to swim in, and then hopefully she doesn't drown kind of a moment. So rather than that, they want to see you put down that stable place where you can own who you are, love who you are, don't apologize for who you are. And if people can't accept that that's who you are, then they can walk right past you. And they don't need to stop on your stone because you've got a lot of more work you want to be doing. It's all about what you're receiving and what you're giving away. Just like when these people come out to you and they give you this negative gift of you're not doing well, you're not doing what you're doing, blah, 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 whatever anybody else wants to tell you. Even when you're giving yourself that negative gift, you don't have to open that gift. That's something you don't have to carry with you. That can go into the fire if you wanted to, or you can open it up knowing it may be an ugly sweater inside, but you wear it at least once for Christmas every year because you don't want to hurt grandma's feelings, right? Well, can't you do that with your life too? Every once in a while, I've got to put on the ugly sweater. I might not like it, but it makes grandma happy, right? Well, even grandma understands that it's itchy and you really don't want to be wearing that ugly old sweater. You just tell grandma, this itches really badly and I don't really like it. Can I not wear it, please? She'll be like, yeah, it's okay. I worked hard on that. But it's all, you know what I'm trying to say here. It's all about the gifts that people are giving you and what you're opening up. If you want more positive gifts in your life, then you have to start opening more positive things within yourself. That self-confidence, that self-reassurance, reminding yourself what you've been through to get to where you are today. Learning that this isn't enough anymore. I'm inside. Now I've got to bring the inside outside. That means showing everybody what it does. Yeah, try to remove the ugly. It's time to remove the sweater. It's time to take that off. I'm sorry, Grandma. I don't really like this sweater. I'll wear it for you for Christmas, but that's about it. And now I set down that new foundational stone that tells me, hey, you know what? I set up a boundary. I love my grandma. I'm always going to love that sweater, but that doesn't mean I have to wear it. You still got the gift, but you didn't have to put it on. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that we're working on right now is that receiving, that receiving. And it's time for you to receive. It's time for you to get. So stop pushing everybody and everything away that's trying to give you something right now. Maybe it's for a reason. Maybe you need this positiveness in your life. And you're like, I'm not ready for it yet. Right? Well, the gods come to tell you, start seeing your world for what it really is right now. Because I'm willing to bet that your world is a lot better than you think it is. That you need to start to stop and look around at what your world is actually trying to show you right now, Nicole. Because the gods are trying to show you something and make you see something about your life that makes you appreciate why it had to be like this. Right? And that positive affirmation of taking off that sweater and reminding yourself that you are the one in control of what you put on yourself and don't put on yourself, and seeing your world in a new, different way is the best way to move past some of these things you don't want in your life anymore. So look at what you actually have in your life, because I'm willing to bet you have it better than 99.9% of the people on the planet. Okay? I know you're not, I don't know, I don't think you're homeless living in a cardboard box somewhere with a kid who has cancer, and then you find out that you're dying as well. Yeah, exactly. Because if you don't start looking and appreciating what they've given you, look at where you were at 3 years ago. Okay, and I'm using 3 years for a very specific reason. Because remember what you were like 3 years ago? And what did you say you wanted to be like? Huh? What was that promise to ourselves? Huh? Aren't you doing it now? That was one gift you really wanted to open up. That was the nice, clean, brilliant, beautiful dress you've always wanted. You dance in that dress. You dance and sing in that dress. Whatever it is, you pantsuit, whatever it is, it makes you feel comfortable. Right. But, hey, being a mess does not mean that you aren't a person who is a mess. I'm having a great day today. Yeah. And, you know, I've been there, Nicole. That's why I'm talking to you about all of this. Because I want you to realize one thing today, okay? Just one. That you're still here. What does that mean? I wanted to be like that. That's what I wanted in my life. Or was it really what I wanted? No, I want my life to be better. I want my life to be what I want it to be. The only reason I want this crazy train to end is because I'm sick and tired of it. So today, Nicole Smith dies, and a new Nicole Smith is reborn today. And that old Nicole, she's done. She took her life. She's done. She's gone. She needs to move past it. We've buried her. We've mourned the loss of her. But that was the point. You were trying to accomplish something you haven't never tried to accomplish before. You failed, but did you give up? No, you didn't give up. Did you actually go through the act? Maybe you got close, but you still reached out for help, didn't we? You are still here because you are a survivor, because you are meant to be here, because God wants you here for a reason. And accepting that you have a reason may be all it takes for you to decide today is the day you just decide to live. The old Nicole has died. A new Nicole is reborn. Right. Well, is it time to finally go seek some professional help then? I know it's kind of hard to admit to ourselves, but maybe we need to talk this out with someone who's not our brother, our sister, someone who we can be real with and get that little bit of advice today. I've got the perfect thing for you today. Right. Well, then it's time to move away from the people who are hurting you. Because the only way that hurt will ever end is to remove yourself from the situation that keeps hurting you. If that's what's hurting you, you have the choice right now, Nicole, to go live any life you want to live. Any life. There is no one who can stop you, not even me. If you really, really, really wanted to, you could pick up today and move somewhere else, call yourself something completely different, live a whole new, really good life, and no one would ever know what happened to the old you, because that wouldn't be you anymore. You'd be something completely new and different. People do it every single day. I lived on the street with people who gave up their cushy, high-end lives to live on the street free from all of that responsibility. Okay? So I remember there was a time when I was on this. Is this your last time? Is this the last time you say to yourself, I want to die? No. I'm going to start to live every day as if it was the best, most happiest day of my life. Because if it ends today, at least I'm going out happy, damn it. I don't care if that means I smoke weed and to be happy. I don't care if that means I start to stream. I don't care if that means I start to do this, and this. That's good for me to do for me. And if it means somebody else gets hurt in the process, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to deal with it. Because you can't keep living like this, right? You can't keep living like this. So, oh, I got it. Where is it? 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 Anyway, go get a box. Like a box of envelopes somewhere. And I want you to open up this box, and I want you to write in big letters on the outside, the old me. Okay? And I want you to take little strips of paper, at least 10 of them, and write 10 different things you don't like about yourself that you need to put into this box. You're making the grave of your old self. And I want you to put everything you don't want within yourself into this grave. Then I want you to go take it outside and put it in your fire pit, put it in your barbecue grill, put it in your fireplace. And I want you to mourn the loss of the old you that actually did die. The person who is now reborn from these ashes, that you have now become a new person. And that means we start from our own starting point this time. We decide what going back to scratch means this time. It's our choices. It's our change. And it's time to let these go. It's time to accept that these are a part of ourselves that we don't want in our lives. How do we change those? We've got to start to mourn the loss of those things, that they weren't the things keeping us safe once upon a time. Yeah, once upon a time, all of that kept you safe. Those don't apply anymore. You've become a stronger person. So now you have to start to own up to that person. And I want you to take this little box outside that you filled in. You can put more than 10 things in it, whatever you want to put in it. Something representing the old you. And take it outside and actually have a actual funeral for it. I want you to mourn the loss of this thing like it was the you that you have always been waiting to lose, okay? And once that fire has burned that box completely away, you scoop up some of those ashes, you put them in a little jar, and then you just stop pretending to be happy and you go be happy. What's the world gonna do to you if you live the life you always want to live? Who is there to judge you but God? Okay, well, God will get to you when you die, okay? Everybody else is cannon fodder. You know, it's time to bring back the you want to be, you know? And especially with this energy that I'm feeling with you right now, we need to do this because something has to stop. Something has to end. Something has to be over. Then let that part of your life be over. And actually walk into that beautiful sun shining rainbow of a beautiful life you want to have. And start saying, what makes me happy? Okay, I like anime, and I like watching anime, and I like reading anime, I like drawing anime, whatever that is to you, okay? I'm just using it as an example, right? So, go start watching comedy. Go be an improv person. Start telling people about the crazy shit you've been through in life. Get that out. Use it as part of your thing to help you out with your life as well. You know, the best comics in the world? They went through the worst hell in the world because they make us laugh because, hey, you know what? And maybe if you make others laugh, you can laugh too. Maybe you just need to do this. Hey, Nicole, guess what you need? You need a moment to silly. Okay? Go be silly for 5 today. Just get it out. I need to be silly. I need to be happy. Whatever that means to get that out of me. It's time to dance around, get my favorite music on, jump around, dance, sing, dance. Today is a celebration of your life starting anew. Today is the day I choose happy. Today is the day I live for happy. And if this goddamn world is going to take me out, fuck you. I'm going to go live the best, happiest life ever. And that's my biggest screw you to the world. Boom. End of story. Mic drop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to do it in your own way. And yeah, you got to keep doing it. And yeah, you got this. Because, and if those evil voices ever come back and you need someone to talk to about that stuff, I don't care what time of day it is. If I'm awake, I will stop everything to help you with that. Everything. Okay? You have someone who loves you here, Nicole. I don't think you're in that mode anymore. You want to find a reason to go and do the things you need to do. So, start paying attention to the things that make you happy. Okay, do you own a cat? Do you own a dog? Do you think they question whether or not they're happy or not? If they're sitting in the window getting their belly rubbed like a kitty cat who just wants to have their cat bed. That's what taught me happy. It was my cat. My cat taught me what happy really meant. All she wanted to do was sit in the little thing over here when I had it, lay on the ledge in the sun, and have me rub her belly. That was fucking happiness to her. And I said, why can't I be that happy? And I said, well, what's stopping me from being that happy? My own crap. The shit that I keep doing to myself over and over and over again. Making the same dumb choices over and over and over again. Doing the same things I've been doing for years and years and years to myself. You know what I finally said? I'm not doing any of that anymore. That hasn't helped me. I'm going to do something different now. And I went the opposite of what I was normally do, you know. But that was how I chose to get out of it. I call myself the unknown prophet, not because I feel like I'm unknown to the world, because I know that I hold within me the unknown possibilities of what I can be. That's what I'm unknown for. You know, prophet part's all about the telling you what you need to hear today. And Nicole, you definitely got this covered. You're a strong woman. Yeah, I know my Xbox game Ultimate hasn't gone through yet. I know. Oh, Dixon's. Okay. Give me a second. I'm cleansing these cards off for you, Dixon. Please tell me what your numbers are for today. If you don't remember what that is, please tell me 1 through 10 how many times you want me to shuffle this deck for you. Then pick a number 1 through 52. That's where your answers lay in my deck. And I will tell you exactly what you need to know today. I will burn your world on fire if I need to do. So, that. And I will put you on the path that leads you to your best day ever. Right, Nicole? Best day ever! So here we go, and I will let you know if there are anything else. Yeah. That's entirely your choice, because you become someone new, give yourself a new name, a restart, and everything else over. That's what I did. Okay? I took a new name as the unknown. I added prophet in because of what my guides are telling me. I've always been that kind of a person who helps people, and I've always been that prophetic person who tells people exactly what they needed to hear. Even before I started doing this, I did that in real life. So, but if it makes you be who you are supposed to be, Nicole, when I see you back as a new name, I will welcome that name with whole heart. So here we go with your reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and you just want a general reading there, Nicole? Sorry, Dixon? Dixon, you just want a general reading, right? Hey, always. And we're always here for you, Nicole. We're always here for you. We might not be able to always give you exactly what you need, but we will always be here for you when you need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. All right, we got a 24th card for you there, Dixon. Ah, why? Oh, Dixon. You know it's serious when I adjust the hat. Time to put the work hat on. I gotta work. So, is it enough to just exist? Is it enough, Dixon, to just be right now? Is that really enough for you? Because I know you're itching to get out. I know you're itching to do something here. And I don't know why you keep trying to hold back what you're so afraid to show everybody. Because it feels like you're holding this thing back, and you want it to be more than just an inside your head thing. You want it to be an outside of your head thingy. You're worried how people will perceive it and see it, right? And that means trusting the world that they will love what you put out there into this world. Now, we talk about foundation a lot here. In fact, we just got done talking about it, but I really want to break it down for you, okay, Dixon? Just like I was trying to tell the previous reader, when we are truly ready for our lives to begin anew, and we are ready to do more than just exist as an idea, we have to understand what goes into that foundation that we set. We have to find the ingredients that make it strong. Maybe it's the cement mixture that we've always been that makes up who we are, but then we have to add a little bit of that gravel into there to make sure we toughen it up and make it a little bit harder. Maybe we add a little bit more of that adhesive agent in to make sure that it's really, really nice on how quickly it dries, how quickly it doesn't dry. And just deciding what makes up the who and what's and where's of who you truly are, and saying, hey, I love and accept these things. I know I can always build up upon them, change them, make them better, but this is the cornerstone of who I am as a person. Now I'm ready to start to add on to that foundation, because I think you're a little bit farther along than just putting down a new foundation. Now you're starting to build up those walls of safety in your life. So what are walls of safety? They're the things that keep you from going back into the same old bad patterns again, or same old life and same old dreams and same old everything again, right? And Dixon, as you are setting this new foundation down for yourself, just realize that it's a process. Every stone matters, yes, but you have still yet to a lot to get in your life. The reassessment card comes up to remind you that, hey, we're still building up on this foundation, yeah, but that means we had to look at every single stone, decide if that was the right stone for us right now, and is this what keeps us safe? Is this what keeps us from becoming the old me again? Because this isn't the old me anymore. This is the new me I want to protect. I'm reading what you said here. Yeah, I've laid the foundations too many times, and it's been the issue for just existing. I don't even remember dreams and desires anymore because I've been fighting myself for years on this. Yeah. So the thing is, though, you know that, and you're not missing anything. You keep looking for a puzzle piece that isn't never gonna be there. Because this puzzle piece has yet to develop. You have yet to make the piece that fits here. So that's all you're doing. You have the completed puzzle. You're 2 or 3 puzzle pieces away from completing the pretty picture. Well, start cutting out your own goddamn piece so it fits right in there the way you want it to fit in there. Then stop working so much. Start finding a way to find some joy in your life. Is that really what you need to be happy? You know, I know we all have to make a living, but when do you take this time in your life to start to celebrate your life too? How are you celebrating your life with what we've given you up to this point? And that means celebrating it. That doesn't mean you have to laugh it out. You can cry it out. Celebration is all about release of emotions, releasing of raw, complete, honest emotions, celebrating even in the happiest and saddest moments. Because it's time to think of yourself, because it's time to celebrate self, because you have to do more than exist. You can't keep existing. You have to become. You say you've set down this foundation so many times you can't even, right? Wrong. You keep using the same ingredients over and over and over again, expecting a different result. I think that's called insanity somewhere in the world. But okay, you know what you need to do? You need to take the shovel. You need to clear that fucker out. You need to make sure none of those materials are being used anymore. And we need to set new, beautiful things down in our fucking foundation. The real fucking things. So this one never fucking breaks. Because there's no one and nothing that can ever take that away from you, Dixon. No one. You want your dreams to begin again? Start believing in your dreams. Start believing that you are capable of overcoming that sadness. You know what that sadness is? That's you not celebrating the good things that are happening right now to you. You don't see it? Really? You don't see how celebration of self right now is what you need the most, and that's what you need to do to fill those little holes in? That's what you're missing? It took me 3 fucking years to fill my holes. I hope it doesn't take you that long to do yours. But that was my journey. And maybe it's time to give yourself the break that you know that about yourself. Now that we know that about ourselves, we can honestly come to terms with it. What can I do to change it? Yeah, I really do understand. Because I did have that. Okay, let me put this away for it and just talk about my own journey for a second, Dixon. You know, when I was growing up, I have a medical condition, a mental condition in my brain that kind of separates it. I don't have multiple personality per se, but I have a very split personality in my brain here. I have the slow learner and the person that's on a general everyday basis kind of a mind. And then I have this other side of my mind that's on the higher spectrum of autism, ADHD, a bunch of other things that get my mind. That's why I'm really good at analyzing situations and figuring out things, even though I haven't read it in a book. You show me 3 different times, someone how to do it, and watch me do it, make sure I understand it. Then I just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and I finally learn it, just like we all do, right? Because you can't keep using the same old box of crap, like the I'm not worthy of being a beautiful person. That's not going back into that foundation this time. And I can't keep using the same old tools I've been using. Maybe it's time to go get some new tools to work on myself that may require help for me to do it. I argued with my split personality nonstop because there was a Josh that had a good mind and a bad Josh that had a bad mind. And I had a very dualistic personality when I was growing up. The only way I could ever learn how to live my life and how to live it so that I could express both of those sides of myself that I kept arguing with, I had to put down the swords and stop fighting with myself and start saying what I loved about that part of me. Because that other half is a part of who you are. As much as we don't want to admit it, it is a part of who you are. If you can learn to love that and turn your weakest, most negative attribute into your power, nothing can ever stop you after that point, Dixon. Nothing. I was a shy, introverted kid who was socially awkward, who didn't make friends, who didn't know how to approach people, always unsure of himself, dressed like he was going to a business school growing up. And I had to finally go down to these little things that were in my head, and I had to say to myself, Where is the middle of the road in me here? Where is the stuff that really matters to me? And how can I make this part of me and this part of me and that part of me finally work together as one? Let me see. You just wrote something. I'm seeing a doctor about some of the things because I'm down to 3 versions of myself: cold, logical, native heart, and just the one that's just blank. The one that's just blank is the combination of those 2 other parts you just said. The logical part of yourself and your native part of yourself, right? So why can't you live a native filled heart with a cold logic that just allows you to be what the emptiness that you will feel will be? What does that mean together? What fills that part of you? Because that's the blank thing you're working on. It's not blank. It's you combining both of those together to become the best version of yourself. And that just means accepting that there are some things we cannot change about ourselves. I have a condition. I am a medical condition that as anxiety and depression are on a standard for me. Without me taking my medications, I am a completely different person. I have to take those things for my chronic pain. I have to take cannabis to make my pain go away. Can I always afford that? No. When I don't have that, how do I deal with my physical pain? I lay in bed and I sleep most of the day. And sometimes that logic has to finally go out the window because you have to start to embrace that emotional side of yourself. Because that's a beautiful part of who you are as well. And if you can fall in love with that part of yourself, there will be nothing in this world that can stop you, because there's nothing and nobody harder than yourself on yourself. I'm sorry. There's no one who will be harder on you than you. And isn't it about time your heart did win anyway, Dixon? Isn't it about time? You got nothing left to lose. You got nothing left to worry about. Right? Hey, Light Seeker. Hey, Alka. Hey, everybody. Wow, I've got a lot of people popping in today. You know? And just one last thing for you there, Dixon, before you go. Grandma wants you to remember the tiny little heart she gave you, the blue little tiny heart. It's like I see a blue heart, her handing a blue heart to you. And it feels like a grandma-like energy. So some kind of a blue tiny heart means something to you from some kind of a grandma-like figure. Hopefully. Yeah, you might have beat him by a little second there. Not ringing any bells? Okay. Alright. Well, it just might be your guides trying to hand back a blue heart. Usually represents, I don't know if you sing or if you paint or something like that, but it feels like you have to kind of sing this out. Like put it into a song, a rap, something like that that's more creative like that. And it kind of feels like an emotional heart giving away from a grandma-like energy. So I don't know if there was a little blue heart that you used to wear or something like that. That was kind of a charm or something. I'm just seeing an older woman with horned rimmed glasses, short. She has really kind of a weird kind of a styling of a hair. It's kind of like half braided, half crazy kind of a deal. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes I don't get everything right. So, hey, Lightseeker, welcome back in. It is time. Why don't you throw me your numbers and tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. Then tell me where your answers lie in my deck, 1 through 52, and I will give you a general reading for today. All right, I'm going to cleanse these cards off and clear them off of all the past readings here. It's your turn then, Light Seeker, whenever you're ready. You're welcome. Light Seeker, general reading for you today. 7 and 11. 1, 2, 3, God card. 4, God card. 5, 6, God card. And 7. You have 3 God cards today there, Light Seeker. And the 11th card is for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the 11th card for a general reading for you today is... Oh, Light Seeker. How have we been? It's been a while since I read for you. Coffee time. Gotta turn my coffee pot back on so it's not cold. Alright. So, Light Seeker. You know, we are finally taking in the right kind of things within our life, Light Seeker. That what I'm feeling for you a lot right now is that we have been trying a lot of new different things and deciding what kind of a flavor we want in our mouth and what kind of things we want to have to taste in our lives, right? We've been going out and trying a couple of things and keep trying a couple of things here and there to try to see if these are the things that will eventually fill our holes up here. And we all have very big, like, I need to fill this thing within myself kind of a need right now, Light Seeker. And the thing about it is that as you are going out and taste testing the variety that life has been giving you, we are finally feeding ourselves something we have been seeking for a long, long time. It may be an emotional or fucked up roller coaster, right? But guess what? Every ride ends. You can get off the ride, that you can watch somebody else go on the ride. Or you can start to enjoy the ride and go wee up and down, and start to be a roller coaster enthusiast. And that goes, that wasn't so bad. That's what I was scared of all of this time, right? Well, now we're testing out what kind of ride we like. We have been on that ride long enough. It's time to get off of that crazy ride, because guess who gets to get off the ride when they want to get off the ride? Huh, Light Seeker? When you don't want to experience anything anymore? What do you have to do? Excuse me. We have to start to adapt. We are going through the changes that we need to go through. We experience these things. We've learned new things. We've learned what works, what doesn't work, and whether or not this is going to help us transform into the thing that we want to become, right? So we are going through this catalyst of change right now. We're going through the life, death, and rebirth cycle. We've been through the life, death, and rebirth cycle so many times we feel like we're in a washing machine, right? Right. But guess what? It's time to grow new leaves and actually live life for a while. That means letting go of this part of you that has the desperate need to fill yourself up and start to change and become something you haven't been before, ergo filling the hole up. The only way we can do that is to start to share the information we need to start to share with the appropriate people we need to share it with. And that sometimes means self, right, Light Seeker? We aren't sharing the right kind of information even with ourselves. We are hiding from that part of ourselves because we think it's too scary to show the world. Guess what? I am who I am. I am not going to not show you who I am in this world. If I didn't do this the way I'm doing it right now, Light Seeker, you wouldn't respect me. Because I am sharing the right kind of information with you. I'm not just sugarcoating it. I'm not just giving it to you in nice little easy digestible spoonfuls to get down your throat. No, I'm opening your mouth. I'm cramming it down there with a fucking funnel somewhere around here. You know, it's time to start to fill you up with all this good stuff, huh? But hey, if you don't share the right information with even yourself about what you really actually want, how can you cherish a goddamn thing in this world? You want to cherish your life again? Then start to cherish the things that are right in front of your face, the good, best things that are right in front of your face, because you don't realize just how much you need these things right now. That you need to learn how to cherish these things because they are the things that you've really been seeking. Yes, I have a dark side. You know what that dark side consists of? We all have it. We all know it's in there somewhere. Do we all embrace that side of ourselves? No. But there are parts of ourselves that we have to adopt as truth. And cherishing that and looking at that other part of yourself as if it was your long lost soulmate and learning how to cherish that part of who you are as a person. You don't have to do anything more than cherish it and learn how to look at it as it was the best possible thing you could have had to learn right now. Because look at you now, right, Light Seeker? Look at the choices and decisions you are making now. Look at how you are starting to see the bigger picture and that the good things that are right in front of your face right now. Yeah. You understand? I know you understand. I'm just pointing it out to you. And then your God's come to tell you something else that you really need to hear as well. Ready? Here we go. Here's what your guides want you to really want to say to you. I ain't done yet. You got God cards. Message from your higher power is this. Let it go. Let it go. Light Seeker, it's time to let it all go. No more hiding. No more doing this. I can't. It's time to let it out. Let the beast loose. And spread your seeds far and wide. Because you don't know what you will grow into or what you will become until you put the seed in the ground and allow it to fucking grow. There are 3 things I want you to hear, and I need you to hear them well. Actually, 4. And this comes from the mother of this universe and the mother of all mothers, okay? Number 1. God damn it, Light Seeker. You have the goddamn power. Use it. Number 2 there, Light Seeker. You are loved by more people than you could ever possibly imagine. You are so loved. Number 3. It's time to charge and trying to change and time to carve your own God destiny into the goddamn sands of time by putting your finger down and going, draw my line in the sand and I'm crossing a fucking line. It's time to carve my own goddamn destiny into the sands of time. And last but not least, if I have to, I will burn my world down with the ethereal fire within myself, my spark, my flame. If I need to become someone new and different, I will re-embrace the fire within me. And those are the things that I have to tell you today, Light Seeker. That it's time to stop holding it back and not letting it out, because those are the seeds the world needs right now to grow and become someone new and different. And all of those things I got and told you about, it's time to start to believe those things every single day. There you go. Elka, it's your turn. Clearing the cards off for Elka. Cards, clearing Elka cards. Clearing Elka's cards. Clearing Elka's cards. Love reading, huh? Okay. I'm doing pretty good, actually. The beard will be back hopefully by next week a little bit. You'll see a little bit more. I think by probably by next Thursday you'll probably see almost all the hair back. I think, or at least you'll see a small, a little bit bigger beard. The beard is returning. The beard is returning. You know, but things have been going well. I've been doing a lot of walking in. I've been walking in this new energy for almost a week now, and I'm starting to adjust to some of the energy. It's a lot more than I'm used to handling. So, you know, getting used to it, this adjustment period has been a lesson in itself. I'm taking it as it goes, like we all do. So, here are your, it'll be back soon. Like I said, see, you can already see the stubble here. It's already starting to grow back in here, guys. So it won't be too much longer before the beard comes back. So I know you all miss the beard. Well, like I said, I do this for a spiritual reason. I don't shave my face for no reason. Okay, I'm a lazy bastard. It takes a lot of courage for me to go back to baby face again, because I haven't been baby face in a long time. I've usually kept the beard for almost 2 years now. So I liked it. So you know, that's what I do. So let's find out what you need to know today. There, love reading for Elka, and we'll work on the beard energy here. We'll put the beard energy into the cards. Beard energy come into cards. No. I'm talking shit. Here are your 6 and 19 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Oops, way too many cards. 3, 4, 5. There's a God card. And last but not least there, Alka. Whoops, there's another one. 6. 2 God cards for you today there. Your next ball. Alright, and I was on Alka's turn, so sorry, I accidentally forward the cue there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the 19th card is love reading, huh? Oh. Ooh, good news on the way for you. So, Alka, love. We're ready to let go of the old bad patterns, right, Alka? We're finally ready to let some of our defense mechanisms go down. We're ready to let go of some of those anxieties and those fears finally. Because you know this doesn't have to go away quickly, but it has to go away. It's time to put all of this shit into your compost pile so it can do the job it's supposed to do. Decay and get out of your life and become something you can use in the future. Compost pile is all about you letting go of the past so that it can transform and become something that is useful to you in the future. AKA my depression and anxieties. Okay, my anxieties has been one of the number one things that I've had to deal with most of my life. So, before I learned how to deal with those anxieties, I was a very much a reactional kind of a person. I still am a very reactional kind of a person, but it's got to get to a certain point before I burst out and get to that certain point. Welcome back, Banished. And, and letting some of this stuff out putting it into my compost pile that I didn't need to carry around, that I was having an anxiety attack. I had an anxiety attack. I'm sorry that that disturbed you, but that is how I operate sometimes. I had to accept that part of me was a part of me, and that I could only do so much about it. Yes, I could get better therapy. Yes, I could get on a better pill, but it will never go away. It will transform, yes, and become something useful in the future because I learned how to use my anxiety for things like when I need to get things done around the house or when I need to do things that are outside work or something where I need to do a lot of physical work. My anxieties come in handy. Depression. My depression becomes my superpower because now I know that I can break apart those clouds and find the sunshine and swim in those sunshine. So breaking apart those clouds in my own life, helping others break apart their clouds as well. Just like you are doing with yourself now. Metamorphosis works just fine. But it's still a true reflection of who you are, whether you are saying to yourself, I look back now at this metamorphosis I've been making. I am not the cocoon that's on the outside. I am the beautiful oak tree that is to emerge, or the beautiful butterfly that is going to emerge. You are drying your wings off before you can fly. I want to see myself as that beautiful butterfly coming out of that cocoon and recognizing that and seeing that I am a new person, that I have always been that person. It's just now I finally metamorphosized into that person. Because I burned away some of these things that I needed to burn away from myself in my life. Toxic people, maybe, some toxic living situations, some toxic thinking on my own part, and toxic negative thinking on my own part. Had to stop, so I had to put it in my fire as fuel to get me where I needed to go as well. So that compost pile comes along once again, because as we start to stock this fire and we put all this junk into it that heated up, we're going to need some of that dirt to cool this fire down and keep it in one spot too. We're going to use the dirt from the compost pile and we're going to dig ourselves a fire pit to keep our fire in. And that means stoking the fire and using whatever we have within us to make our personal be the best person we can be. And when you're asking me about love, okay, you're stoking the fires for love. You are the beautiful butterfly. See yourself as that beautiful butterfly coming out of that transformation. Yes, people are going to take some time to notice you, but that's what the stoking part is about. Drying off those wings, making sure you're all nice and dry so that you can fly in front of them and go, oh, look how pretty I am. You know? And then the card that comes out that gives me the most hope for you is the Willow card. Okay? And Elka, this Willow card is where I dreamt of my one true love, where I found the person who was meant for me. Now, I had a lot to go through before I could finally accept her as the woman of my dreams, but I did have a dream. So pay close attention to your dreams tonight. And we're going to wait just 27 seconds for an ad break. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. I know we're taking a little bit of a break here, but I want to make sure nothing gets missed here. And it looks like we are back from our commercial break. Elko, we're still here, hopefully. You're still with us. So I took a break just to make sure that you didn't miss anything as well. But Mother Willow has come to say it's time to bend in the wind once again. It's time to be a little bit more flexible with your path just a tiny bit and realize one very special thing. Pay close attention to your dreams tonight because it's gonna be okay. Everything you are going through right now is leading you to that one true love. And as you start to approach your one true love, you're going to start to feel that key, that mystical key that you hold for your heart in your hand is going to start to warm up. Your right hand, I want you to start to notice when it warms up when you're near certain people, okay? Then pay attention to your emotional side. Then lance it with your logical side. You know what I'm saying? and remind yourself that it's going to turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. And I believe that this gentleman, no, I'm not quite gentleman. I'm not quite sure on the sex here. I don't know if that's something you are have within you or not. But I'm also feeling if he's a male with a lot more feminine tendencies than masculine tendencies. Full on wants to be with the woman and nothing, no gay or anything like that. But just has that deep sensual side inside of him, even though he has a rough exterior kind of a thing for him. I would put him to like Dean Winchester kind of a vibe. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who Dean Winchester is, I'll try to explain it. He's a character on Supernatural. Got a very responsibility on his shoulders. He's the oldest, got to do everything, got to protect the youngest, got to do all of this stuff. Kind of a guy. But when it comes down to it, he would do anything for family. He would do anything for his brother or anybody that he loved. He'd do the most impossible things ever to make sure that they were still here. Right? And then your gods come to say, oh, I wonder what they want you to do now there, Alka. This metamorphosis that you've just been through, maybe this is what you've been trying to donate back to yourself for years and years and years. Enjoy the metamorphosis. Enjoy that you have finally given back to yourself that which you needed. Now you can go spend that money on what you want. Cherishing the thing that is right in front of your face. Is there a guy in your life, white, skinny, kind of got a really nice, he doesn't really have a big beard, but he's got like a really short beard. I'm seeing reddish, brownish hair, and he's got this cowboy kind of attitude, like this really gruff cowboy kind of an attitude, but he's got a soft, squishy inside. And it just feels like this is someone who's in your life right now. Anyway, but whatever it is, Alka, I think it's time to start to cherish the things that are right in front of your face and start to donate those things back to yourself, because that's what's needed right now. That self-love, that self-worth, that self-donation again. And go get it, girl. If that means you go get it all you need until you're ready. You're going to find this guy. I know you are. I don't know. He's close to you. Thank you for the follow, IN. I'm going to call you IN because I don't know what else to say. I not ting. How do you say your name? Not ting. Yeah, just exclamation point join. That's how you join the queue there. In 03, I know. In 3? In 3? Is that right? In 3? You're welcome, Alka. Did I get it right? In 3? Oh. No. I know. I know. Oh, I know? Oh, okay. Is that how you say that? I know? Instead of unknown, you're I know? Did I get it right this time there? I try my best, guys. I really, really do with your name sometimes. And I will try to remind myself of that when it's your turn there, my brother. Or sister. Whichever the case may be. Alright, Ball. Give me your numbers, please. So, since you're first time chatter in here, okay? And I'm going to call you I know for now. Alright? I ask you to pick some numbers here. I ask you to pick how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you. You have to pick a number between 1 and 10. Then, when you have a question, or if you have a question, you pose that question in chat, and then pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answers are in my deck. If cards hop out of the deck when I'm shuffling, Those are what we call God cards. I will get to them as when they happen after the reading. And like Ball has shown you right now, 6 and 18, and then if he doesn't have a question, I generally just give you a general reading. Unless you have a question, then I will try to answer it with the cards. So, Ball, to you, general, or do you have a question? Yep. Okay. Let's do this right one right there, Ball. Here are your 6 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Oops, God card. 4, 5. Oh, God card. And 6. All right, we have 3 God cards for you today there, my friend. Right, Ball? And then we have the 18th card for the rest of 2024. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the 18th card is now on top. And here's what the rest of 2024 will look like for you, okay? Okay. And what is this all going to lead to in the end? Okay. So 2024, the rest of it for you, okay? You'd like an outlook for it. It's going to be a return back to doing some things with yourself, Ball. You're going to be going back into learning how to tend to self just a little bit, and so doing some self-care kind of stuff throughout this year. You won't do it all at once. You'll kind of do it in stages. Like every month you'll take one new self-care thing onto your plate, one more thing to do better for yourself. But you kind of want to do it in step by step approach of it. Tending to yourself in a slow, easier way than trying to fix yourself all at once like you would normally do. I will tell you what those mean in just a moment, okay, Ball? I'm going to answer the question about the God cards. They are a direct message from your higher power answering a question that you've been having of them recently. So it's a direct message from your higher power to you about something that they want you to know today. Sometimes it's a question that you didn't tell me. Sometimes it has to do with the reading I just gave you. And sometimes it's just about to call you on your shit and tell you exactly what you need to hear. So they can be good, they can be bad. It's not really a good bad kind of thing. It's advice. So there we go. And then Ball, one of the other things that you need to understand is that as you begin to learn how to tend back to self a little bit better all of the time, and I know this is something that you've been working on, because I don't need to work on myself. I'm just fine the way I am. But there are still things in your life that make you angry, mad, upset, and you still wonder why things go a certain way for you. Well, that's because we're picking up the right kinds of change and the wrong kinds of change all at the same time. You're not being very discernative about your choices right now. You're gathering up all these quarters, dimes, and nickels all at once, expecting it to fill the hole. But guess what? Your piggy bank is not and does not need to be filled. All you're trying to do is, instead of looking for the piece on the ground that fills you, it's time to bring the piece from within back out. That's right. The hidden stuff has to come out and fix the hole. Not trying to find something to fill the hole with. All you're doing is filling a piggy bank up. And that's fine and good. We all need to fill our piggy banks from time to time. But it's about being a little bit more discerning of our choices. It's kind of like you're saying yes to anything when you don't really need to say yes to everything. You can't be a yes man all of your life. Sometimes you have to be a hard, tough asshole who gets what they want too. What I'm trying to get to is you're picking up ingredients. You're picking up ingredients, and now you want to shape those ingredients into something. You still are picking up the ingredients right now so that you can be ready to mold yourself into the shape you want yourself to be. Remember, pottery starts out as powder first and then becomes something solid because we add water to it, we stir it, we transform it, we move it, we shake it, we allow it to dry, we kiln it, we put it into a hot furnace to cure it, right? It takes time to do that and build that up. So you're molding yourself into the shape you want yourself to be by tending back to yourself once again and giving yourself and moving those coals around so that they make some sense now. So you are paying attention to the fire that you need to pay attention to. Not by fixing yourself, by filling yourself full of the holes, but allowing the holes that are within to finally come out and heal those wounds completely. Not filling a piggy bank up. It's all going to be about one thing for you this next coming 2024. We want to find what we've been looking for a long, long time. That peace, that rest, that time when things become easy again, when things are now going to work out the way I want them to work out. Right, Paul? A part of the journey that we are going on is designed to do just that. We are on a journey. Because it is gonna be a journey. Embrace the part that is the journey of your path. And embrace that the thing you've been looking for is looking and tending back to self within this next couple of months, the rest of the year. Picking up the right kinds of changes and being a little bit more discerning about which choices you pick up than all of them and trying to do everything. Just try to pick out the couple of things that bring you the most joy and try to bring you the most fulfillment of your path. Use those ingredients to mold yourself into what you see yourself becoming somewhere in the future so that you can say, I am the one who made myself be this. I am the one who made myself into this thing that I have created. And then be proud of that thing, that was the treasure that you were trying to find the whole time, is the one you were making along the way. So you do get a prize at the end of the rainbow, but it's tangible that you made the prize, you see? And that's what I got for you for a general reading. So, and I'm almost there for you there. I know. I got God cards for him too. So, what does your higher power want you to know about what they want you to do right now? Are you there, Ball? As soon as Ball says, I get this last thing done for Ball, it's your turn there, my friend. Alright, Ball. Here's the last thing that your higher power wanted to answer for you, okay? So this means something to you. I don't know what it means, but it will mean something to you. You are a beautiful flower. We created you to be like this for a reason. Don't let people pick you like the bad dandelion that they don't want in their yard. You're being picked because you are the thing that they need in their salad to be the kind of nutrition they need in their lives. So, depending on whether or not they pick you at the right time, you can be bitter or you can be good. You know, if you pick a dandelion too soon, it's bitter. If you pick it just when it's just starting to be a little bit better and those buds start to get up and you put them in your salad, it's that nice little tartness that you need and just enough of a sour that you need in your life. Reminding yourself you grew up through the granite and the cracks through the ground to become this beautiful flower in the first place. Nothing could stop you because you grew through the granite crack, right? And that means that when you popped out and showed yourself to the world, you are that beautiful flower. Start to shine down onto the world that positive light that you want to have in your life. We need you to start looking at things more positively. Okay, I was almost there. No, it's okay. Come back a different day. I understand. I take as long as I can take. I was almost there, but I understand that you got to get going. I really wish you the best. Come back in anytime you want, okay? Thank you, I know. But the thing that you have to understand there, Ball, is that they just want you to bask in that light again. Yeah, don't worry about it. Like I said, start to walk in the sunshine because you are and have always been that beautiful person. You will never ever not be that beautiful person. It doesn't matter what people view you as, they can't change that. You will have to start to be more positive and shine down into your. No, just hop back in line. It's you shining down onto your world ball, the kind of light that you want in your life. And then being like a sunflower in a sunflower field that follows that positivity around all day long by maybe getting away from those negatively talking people and get back into those positively minded people who are trying to help you grow from the inside out, because they're trying to help you embrace that brighter side of yourself that you do have to start to recognize. That you have to be like that sunflower following that sun around all day long so that it can just get back to the point where it can rest and turn back one time, and then it gets to rest the entire night through. It's not like it's following it quickly, it follows it little by little throughout the day. And the other thing I'm getting from your gods or guides is that they want you to know that I feel like it's a left shoulder kind of a tap here, but it's kind of like they kind of hold your shoulder for a second. Like it's a count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then let go. This is them kind of like saying, we got you. If this is something that you've been feeling lately, and you're wondering if you're making the right choice, we got you. You're making the right choice. We got you. Trust us. Trust yourself. Kind of a feeling. And they want you to get used to trusting yourself again and trusting your inner feelings and listening to your body and listening to those emotions, because that's what they're trying to talk through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically. Well, it's not your job to be the decipherer anymore. Okay? You don't have to be the what they call it, translator of that anymore. You no longer have to start to help them decipher a damn thing. They've got to decipher them fucking selves for a change. You have to decipher yourself for a change. So, just like you want other people to do that for themselves, you need to do it for yourself as well. So, just remind yourself that sometimes these things we point out are things we need to work on ourselves sometimes. Just kind of putting it out there a tiny bit. Do we do that ourselves once in a while? And are we the catalyst people need, or are we the toxic mess that people don't want to be around? Well, then don't be around those people anymore. They're not the ones who will ever help you, because they'll never see you as anything other than the toxic mess. Sometimes you just gotta walk away and let them figure themselves out. Was there something else you needed to know there, my friend? Okay. Valerie, it's your turn again. You're welcome. Cleansing these cards off for Valerie here so I can get them a nice clean reading here. Alright. Now, my rule is like this, okay? You can come and get as many readings as you want, as long as everyone gets a turn. If I get really, really busy and a lot of people are in here, at least wait until it dies down before you have to jump back in line again if you've already had like 2 or 3 of them. Okay, that's all I ask. If you've done like more than 2 or 3 of them, give everybody else a chance first. If it's slow in here, I don't care. If you don't even have to hop back in line once I say it's done your turn. Until we agree it's you're done with all your answers, that's what we do. So 5 and 3. How will this 3 months go with Jose? Right? Jose, Joseph, whatever his name is. So let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No God cards for you at least. And the third card is 1, 2, and the third card is, you want to know how the 3 months will go with Jose, huh? Okay. Well, here's what the next 3 months will be consisting of, Valerie, okay? You have to let go of whatever you feel you've done wrong in the past relationships, okay? That guilt has to go away on both of your parts, okay? So whatever you feel guilty for, whatever you feel you've done, you are forgiven at this point. It's time to stop feeling guilty about succeeding in life. So you might feel like you don't deserve it, but when you do get the good beneficial things coming to you in your way, don't let the past guilt get in the way of your new happy. And don't let that stop you from happy again. Don't let your fear of succeeding and get what you want as the thing that really fills you up inside isn't someone who can fix you. It's the person who can help support you and show you that they're there for you, even though you're going through the hardest, difficult times you've ever been through. It's about getting past the guilt of feeling like I can do better, and I have done better in the past, but I felt guilty for doing good when my spouse or other person wasn't doing as good as me. It's your journey too. It's your path too, and you deserve to be just as happy as they did. And it's okay. You have to give yourself permission to move on and say, it's done. I let go of the guilt attached to that. I forgive and forget whatever I need to do to move on. I mourn that loss appropriately, like I've lost anything in my life. Then I move on when I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. Let's go. How do I do that? We need to build up our new safety walls there, Miss Valerie. We have been protecting ourselves from harm, from the things we don't want in our life, but we're not so good about putting the blocks back in to fill those holes up that we needed back in our safety wall. So this is who we are as a person. This is who we want to share. Now, what keeps that safe? I want a positive, reaffirming relationship. I want communication in that relationship. I want there to be a team aspect. You know what's missing in this equation there, Valerie? Who haven't we talked to about this? What is his name again? Jose? Okay. Well, you have to build this together. This is not a one-person project anymore. This is you and him deciding what blocks go in those walls that keeps the relationship safe. How it will go for the next 3 months, it's all going to be about protecting what you're building and protecting what you foundationally put down, as long as you can move past the past and move into a future. That's what has to happen. We are trying to finally reach this home inside of ourselves too as well. So the next 3 months will go pretty much like this: letting go of the past, building up on a new foundation, setting that foundation, making those walls nice and safe and strong, because we want to build a home together, that we want to build this home within our emotional lives, our physical lives, and our spiritual lives have to come together. That means we share each other's journey. I can't fix them. They can't fix me. I will share and support their dreams. I will share and support they will share and support my dreams, but they can't do it for me. I still have to have my own things I do that doesn't always require my husband or person of love to be there. And then I have to learn how to communicate and start to actually talk and start to actually listen. And this is on both parts, not just a you part, not just a them part. we build the healthy home we want to live in. So start to build what that will be looking like. Start with open, honest communication, and maybe this time you can build it right, because now you'll avoid all the pitfalls along the way. And that's exactly why you're going through all of this, to set a brand new foundation. Relationship-wise or friendship-wise. That's up to you guys to decide. Like I said, it's right now, it's Valerie thinking one thing and Jose thinking another thing, okay? And you both haven't talked enough to build this new thing that you want to maybe build together. If you want it to be friendship, it can be friendship. But if you want more, you have to start to tell them that there's more available for them. I don't know why you feel like you have to hold that part of yourself back, but that's what makes up who you are, and that's what makes up a healthy home. Sharing yourself completely with somebody, opening their home to you. When you let someone inside of your house, do you let every crazy person into your house to come and see your house? No, you try to find out more about them before you let them in. You're setting a brand new foundation. Together is the key. It's not just a Valerie foundation anymore. It's a foundation that you have to include the other person with. And that's what will be happening in this next room, is setting those ground rules, setting the move past the guilt. Okay, you got that message. Now we have to build the new foundation, and what keeps that foundation safe? Well, what does make you both work? What are my attributes? What are your attributes? What are my problems? What are your problems? Then we see where it goes from there. Is this something we feel romantic? Is this something we see friendship? Where do we see this building to? That's a you and him choices. Boom. When we finally get to the end of our journey, we will be exactly where we were meant to be. This home together maybe as one, yes. But whatever it is, it will be that feeling that we have each other's back, that we both accept each other for who and what and where we are, that we know that that is a healthy person that we want to fall in love with now. And maybe that romantic part can start as soon as we start to share that that's something that we want from that other person. It's all in how we set the foundation to begin with. So what kind of a relationship do you want to have? And you have to talk to that person about that, because that's the only way that it will ever happen. So it can go either way there, Valerie. I think it's more on the tendency to go more romantic than friendship, as long as you are willing to share those emotions and feelings that you haven't shared right now. Because I think you're kind of you want more than just what you've gotten so far. So the only way you're ever going to get more is if you tell them exactly how you feel, because that's what's required. You have to risk your heart and risk it being hurt for them to love you completely for who you are as a friend already. You know they already do love you in some shape, way, or form. Now you've got to just share how your romantic feelings are. And I bet the second you share them is the second they go, oh, wait, there's this perfectly beautiful woman right over here who says she loves me. Why not? Kind of a moment. That's exactly how I think it will go, too. We have blinders on, Valerie. It took my wife 3 months to get my attention because I was so busy looking for the thing I thought I wanted, that when the real thing came along and shook its boobies in my face and called me out and told me, if I don't pay attention to you now, I'm leaving your ass, I would have really hated myself for missing that opportunity. I mean, the story of me and my wife meeting is this, okay? Now, take all the mystical crap out of it. The first time I remember my wife coming into the store, I thought she was a man. She had a very short butch haircut. She was big in the chest, but she dressed in such a manner and acted in such a manner that I thought she was a man. She has a deeper voice than most women do, okay? So, well, then, if it's been 5 months and he hasn't moved on that, then what does that tell you there, Valerie? Okay, she comes into the store. Okay. After the first time, and I think she's a man, right? So I just ignore her. Now, a couple times she comes in, I finally realize she's a woman, okay? Because I'm a dense guy. I have a brain fart head, okay? I wasn't looking for anything other than that. So I do remember her coming in from time to time throughout the store. But I still have these guy blinders on. I can't see a perfectly good woman right in front of me flirting with me because I'm looking for a certain kind of woman instead of the woman that I actually need in my life. Here's this perfectly good woman flirting with me for 3 months because I just couldn't see that. She finally had to pull out all the stops. And you know what she does to me? It had to be like February or something like that in Minnesota. Very, very cold. The tail end of winter, actually. But it was one of those really freezing cold days. And it was near East. I know it was kind of near Easterish kind of a deal somewhere in that. Because they about a month before, we all know they go crazy with putting out all of the product way in advance before the holidays even here in America, at least, you know. So we got Easter stuff, and it's just getting just starting to get past, you know, St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they have these things called Hostess cakes, and they're like these marshmallow. They're like marshmallows, okay, that get sprinkled with color and sugar on top of it. So they color the sugared powder blue, and they cover the little balls blue as well. So they're half moon balls. She walks straight up to me, puts them right in front of my safe, and she goes, "Boy, it's so cold outside. I think I froze my nipples off." And then she goes, looks down, and I look back up, and I go, "Nope, still there." And then we both laugh at it, and I thought that was so. She got my attention, and I just said, "Okay, I'm gonna give her my card and see what happens here." I was a palm reader who worked at a gas station. She was a bus driver who came into my bus every day for 3 months flirting with me because she thought I was a dead sexy dude. I've never had that happen to me in my life, so of course I didn't see it. That was the first time it ever happened to me. I'm glad I paid attention when she said the thing about the nipples, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't be married for 19 years, and the rest wouldn't be history. But, you know, that's my dumb guy blinder story, okay? Sometimes, even when it's so blatantly obvious, we can't see it sometimes. And I kind of feel like, yeah. And it's time to pull out all the stops, girls. What I'm saying is just time to pull out all the stops, put it in his face. If he don't respond, then it's time to walk away and just let him be your friend and be okay with that, because it won't be anything else. And I think you will feel a lot better once you let it out, because it's like I said, it just feels like you guys got to have that kind of a moment. I'm not telling you what to say or how to do it, but something that would mean something to both of you, okay? And like I said, flirting is all good, but sometimes you have to get to the, well, do you love that part of him though? Come on, okay? I'm a weird dude too. My wife, it's the easiest friendship you've ever been in. Admit it. He's the easiest guy to talk to. Admit it. He's everything you've ever wanted in a guy, and you wonder why he can't see you more than friends. Because he doesn't see you as more as friends, because you may have let him know in no uncertain terms, if I have to pull out the big guns, dress my most sexy self, put it in his face, grab him by the head and go, "I love you, you stupid idiot." Okay, I don't know if that's what it will take, but no, just ask me your question, because I'm also connected to your guides here. Do you want a direct answer, or do you want me to use cards? Cards kind of give you a sense of, you know, yes. The answer is yes, he does like you, and yes, in that way. In a romantic way, in a friendship way, but he's on that teetering spot. Sometimes he feels a little bit more on the friendship side. Sometimes he feels something for you, but not quite sure of it, because he's not sure that's the way you feel about him. And if it's been this long for a while, okay, then what is that little cute thing he does to you all of the time that makes you giggle and smile? Because he's doing it. on a pretty regular basis. And he does it all the damn time, and you think it's the cutest, most thing that he does. Something with a certain sound that he makes, or some kind of sound that he likes to make with his mouth, or I'm just seeing something like something vocal, something vocal. So, um, yeah, and you think it's kind of cute and stuff like that. Yeah, he likes your giggle too. I don't know what that means, but he likes your giggle too. He likes your quirk too. And you guys talk about the quirky stuff all the time too. Not just your friend, he's your best friend. Falling in love with your best friend. Oh, you poor, poor girl. What could you ever do? You poor lucky witch. I feel so horrible for you. You have an opportunity to fall in love with your best friend. Oh, what do I have to do? Tell him in no uncertain terms. I love you, you crazy fool. You want to spend the rest of your life with me? Or hey, can we try going out on a couple dates to see even if it would work before we make a snap judgment? Because I'm willing to bet that first date turns into a wild night at the Roxy. And you've been thinking about that too, so haha. Yeah, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think he's just kind of waiting for that little key that it's okay to proceed forward. And it is a free will game decision. Like I said, I can only tell you the possible outcome. I can't tell you for sure what his answers will be in the moment because, well, that's just how it works. Any other questions? If there aren't any more questions, I might go see if there's anybody out there to go find someone to raid out early today. And if it's the person I think is here. Or on today. Nope. You're welcome. Well, we're always here to support you, Valerie. If you ever want to come back in with another question or something like that, or something that's going on, you know. Okay. One of my friends was writing back to me. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Well, then my homie will be on tomorrow. All right, that's good. Oh, let's see here. We're looking for somebody. Um, trying to find someone to go raid to right now. So give me a second here. I wonder if she's still on. Is she still playing? No, I think she's gone. Okay, let's see here. We have 6 people here. We should go say hi to. Oh, we're gonna go say hi to Tarot Mama. She's an awesome tarot reader, and she's always coming in here and showing me some love. And she really came and showed me some love the other day. So I'm gonna go pay her back with a little bit of love as well. I was thinking about ending stream. Yeah, it's not over quite yet, but you know, I mean, first I'm gonna shout this out. What do you need there, ball? You know, I'm not done yet until you start seeing the outro. If you need something else, I'm here for you. I'm waiting before I go. Did you need anything else? Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys. Hey, you know what? Ball, this one goes out to all of you and everybody who's watching here. I genuinely want to thank you for coming and visiting my stream. I would love to thank you for the likes, the follows, and the subscribes are all good, but I just appreciate you giving me your time, giving me your energy, and allowing me to read for you. I always hope that I put your future back in your own two hands, that you can make a difference today and start living the life you've always wanted to live. I'm proof that it can happen. Even some dumb kid who never thought he could accomplish anything in his life finally found purpose and meaning and accomplished so many different things in life that I couldn't get through them all in one stream. I love you all very much. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to go right out to Terra Mama. We're going to go give her all the love we want to give her. All right? And if you guys are a subscriber and want to help me out, you can press the subscribe one. Or if you're a non-subscriber, you can do the second one here. Okay? And we're just going to copy and paste that into Terra Mama's stream. And we're going to go give her a lot of love. I might actually get a reading from her today, if I can. And, that's what we're going to do. So I love you guys very, very much. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? All right, then. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and...